Hey there, welcome to Branded by Amazing. I'm Mike McClary. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Amazing.com. This is episode 23, and today we have a very special guest, Katy Kopstad. She's one of our Amazing.com students. She built her entire e-commerce brand over the past couple of years and has been so successful, she was named Entrepreneur of the Year from her local Chamber of Commerce. So Katy, welcome to the podcast.
I am absolutely so excited and honored to be here, Mike. As every other amazing student, we've just grown up like listening to you and listening to your videos, and you have truly been the person and just one of the people that have helped me all my dreams come true and do this entire business. So I'm so excited to be here and share my story and hopefully inspire a lot of others as well.
Well, that's awesome. We're even more excited to have you here. I've been following your story for a while now, and the success you had. Like I told you, we may have helped at the beginning, but you've done all this, so congratulations. Now, I know a little bit about your story, but why don't you tell people when you started thinking about building your own brand online?
Okay, absolutely. And I will say, to preface this, if anyone is listening and has any questions about anything I'm talking about, feel free to reach out to me personally on Instagram. I love to make new friends and love to help. I think we only have 20 minutes, but I have probably 2 hours worth of content that we could talk about. So cramming my entire story into a very, very small segment, it all started back when I was a kid, actually. That's when this dream started. I was the girl that was selling coffee outside of her house instead of a lemonade stand. Coffee and tea has always been my passion. So it really started then. But that's because my parents have owned a coffee and tea business for over 40 years. So I literally grew up in the business and have just found an absolute passion for it. About 10 years ago, I graduated college and took over their company. But what their company does is we sell to the food service side of the industry. So it's all the big commercial packaging. It's to restaurants, hotels, and we deal with the big commercial coffee equipment. But driving around, I had just always had this dream. I'm I just wish that I was not selling other people's brands. I wish that I had a brand of my own to sell. And just a culmination of things happened to where one day I was standing in a grocery store aisle, Mike, and I noticed Pete's Coffee, Barney's Coffee, Larry's Coffee, Harney and Sons, the Tea Guys, David's Tea. There was absolutely no coffee and tea company for women. And I was that's when the light bulb went off for me. And I was just there needs to be a cute, fun coffee company for women out there. So that's really how this entire idea got started. And literally I launched and did everything that I have built through Amazing.com in the Amazing course. It's where I started the entire journey because I knew I wanted to start selling on the internet. And I thought about my own purchasing decisions, and every single thing that I buy was on Amazon. So I literally was I need to figure out how to get my products on Amazon. And that's how I ran across the Amazing course. And it's helped me every single step of the way to building out my products and making this dream come true that I get to live every day now.
That is awesome. How long ago was that, Katy, that you found the training and then you started building your own brand?
Okay, so how it all went down is I actually stumbled across one of Tatiana James' videos on YouTube because I literally went to YouTube and I was how do you start an Amazon business? So she was one of the first people that introduced me to just how to start an Amazon and the Amazing.com course. So just listening to her videos and stuff, I was just anybody starting a business, you're just can I do this? Can I actually do this? And so listening to her videos, she gave me the inspiration, if she can do it, I can do it. And it seemed like everything that she was talking about was about the Amazing course. And that's why finally led me to pull the trigger to have the confidence to do it myself. I knew I could do it myself if I spent years watching a million videos, but I knew that it was going to have all the information I needed in one place. And that all started about 2 years ago is when I officially signed up for the course. Actually, it might have been 2.5 years ago because I think my first product went live 2 years ago. So it's been an amazing journey. And I'm happy to say, just to throw some numbers out there, just because I want to inspire others and be fully transparent, I've built a 7-figure business
Wow.
in less than 2 years on Amazon alone.
That is crazy. That's wonderful. You know, I mean, the fact that you're able to do it in a short amount of time, like very few businesses can have that kind of success in 2.5 years. Do you mind sharing the brand of your company as well, the name of it?
So it's called Drink Katy's. I literally named the brand after me, myself, because I knew that if something had my name on it, that I was going to put my effort into it every single day and make it be the best. And a lot of the branding that I learned through the course, it was all about like, find something that truly makes you happy every single day, that you have a passion for. So I thought about all of these things when building out my brand. And that's why I also made my slogan, Love is Brewing, which every single like social media campaign, every single bag of products I sell, I get to give money back to charities, inspire others, make others happier every day. So if you're thinking about starting an Amazon business or just a product-based business, I also very highly recommend finding what you're passionate about and something that is going to make you happy every day waking up.
That's awesome. So you came in knowing what you wanted to sell, kind of like living up to the legacy of your parents, I guess, but wanting to build your own brand. So you knew your product. Did it take you long at all to think of what you wanted your brand name to be and your slogan, or was that pretty easy for you?
Yeah, that was pretty easy for me. That was one of the easiest things, because I knew I really just began with the end in mind. I thought, like, what do I want, like, my legacy to be when I'm on my deathbed, you know, and like old and gray one day. So I was like, what do I want to be known for? So really, I want to be like the Sarah Blakely of coffee and tea. Like, I want to be this amazing brand for coffee and for women, for like coffee tea products, but then also just spreading so much love and doing so much good in the world. I knew that that's like really what I wanted. So that was probably the easiest part of the entire process.
So what was it like then? You knew your product, you pretty quickly came up with what the brand, your slogan wanted to be. How long did it take you then to really go from the idea to your first sale online?
Yeah. Okay, so this is where, I mean, everyone's story is unique, but this is where my story gets really unique, and I'm excited to share it. Because so when I first signed up for Amazing, and I like, you know, like you go through all the videos in like 1 week and you're just so excited. You're like, I want this brand on Amazon tomorrow. Like, I want to start selling my product and my idea. But realistically, like, it takes a lot longer than that. Like, by the time that you like come up with the idea, for me, it was like sourcing in all the products, designing packaging, logos and inserts and everything that Amazing teaches you how to do. Like, I think that for me was at least like an 8-month long process. But the good news is I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to get on Amazon. Like, I just want to try this out and like see if this is all gonna work. So for me, actually, I already owned a coffee and tea distribution company. So I was like, what around the warehouse, or what do I have already that I could sell on Amazon while I'm waiting to build out this entire brand? So I actually had like glass coffee pots, but that wasn't good because the glass would break. There was like little pitchers like to froth milk for cappuccinos, but that there wasn't enough profit in that. So I found these like large coffee filters that I sell commercially to restaurants. And I was like, I'm just going to throw these up on Amazon just to start to get practice and like learn the entire system while I'm waiting to build out all my actual products. And honestly, that was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. I highly recommend, like, if you have anything that you can just start to get your feet wet, it really will change your entire experience, because I already had like the know-how of how to work it, how to work the advertising, what was working, what was not. And so that way, when if finally did come around for me to launch my products, I already had my feet wet.
That is awesome. You know, so many people get hung up on your first product has to be the absolute perfect product and everything. And you're living proof that that's not the case. There's a lot of value in putting anything up and learning the process.
Exactly. Absolutely. I highly, highly recommend it.
Now, do you still sell those, I guess, restaurant style coffee filters?
Oh my God, yes. So I literally do, and I joke all the time. I'm like, I'm really just in the coffee filter business, because yeah. So I don't know, like it's just really hard for restaurant buyers to buy these coffee filters online. So yeah, honestly, my coffee filter business is just still going great, and it's just helping fund all the rest of my products. So that was a really another key thing about starting early with any product is not only did I learn how Amazon works and the whole system, but the profit every single month from selling these coffee filters online. That's what I use to fund all my packaging, all my sourcing, all my freight. So literally, I had zero debt going into like actually launching my products that I was passionate about because like through that like 6 to 8 month long process, I had just kept reinvesting my profits back into the business.
That's a great point because so many people, we understand it, they want to know when they can start taking profits out of the business. But it sounds like what you did, you knew you had this vision in mind, the end game in mind, and you wanted to put as much of those profits as possible back in it to help it grow. Is that right?
That's absolutely true. Yeah. And I know another really cool thing that I wanted to bring up is now that I am starting to like, I'm starting to get busier on Amazon. A problem that I have had is with keeping up with the inventory. I know like a lot of Amazon sellers probably know like pre-COVID times, you would send something in and it'd be ready in like a week, it would be available. But now it's taking like a month to get your inventory actually in stock. So I've had problems like running out of inventory, and obviously people go to Amazon. No one's going to buy something that says it's going to be delivered 2 weeks later. So I was really, really excited too. I went to like my traditional banks and did that whole thing, and just none of the lines of credit and interest rates they were coming back to me with just made sense for me or my business. So I actually got a loan through Amazon, like Amazon lending about a month ago. Or probably like 2 months ago, I got a line of credit through them that helped me fund my inventory to really like start to scale on Amazon. And because of that, I'm completely in stock. I've been able to open up my advertising, and that's like what truly has gotten me from doing $50,000 a month in sales to this morning I was at $125,000 in sales just for this past month.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. That's over 1.3 million a year if you annualize that. That is fantastic. I'm so impressed. In speaking of like, putting money back into business, I notice you have some really cool signs behind you and a cool color scheme. Is this your own personal office space now?
Exactly. Yeah, so this is my office. It makes me so happy every day. And yeah, that is something about like putting money back into the business. Like we throw these numbers out there like, oh, we're making 125,000, but that is just in sales. And I want to be completely transparent that this is running a business. So you're going to have expenses, you're going to have advertising, you're going to have taxes. I have this beautiful office and warehouse space now that I get to pay for. But another amazing thing too is that I have a staff of 16 people that work for me, whether full-time, part-time, or contractors. So you're going to always be putting money back into your business, but every single day, if it's what makes you happy, it's totally worth it.
So not only are you helping yourself, but you also are helping employ other people as well right now.
Exactly. Yeah. And that was, I highly encourage just doing like a lot of like self-awareness. Like, what do you want out of your life and out of this business? So for a lot of people, it might just be like you want to sit in your pajamas every day behind your computer screen in Tahiti and sell stuff on Amazon. But for me, like I knew I wanted to build a brand and I wanted to help others and I wanted to spread love. So that's why I went the route more like to have actual products that I launched on Amazon and are still doing great on Amazon, but have a million other cases and uses as well that I get to like staff people here in my own facilities, rather than giving the jobs to other people across the seas. And like every day, like we just have so much fun together, and that's what brings me joy and fulfillment.
That is fantastic. So you're selling on Amazon. Are you already selling elsewhere? Or do you have plans on expanding beyond Amazon?
Yeah, so that was the other exciting thing that I know I wanted to share. So when thinking about my products, and I highly encourage if you're in the stage of just still thinking about what to do, think about who you want to sell to and where you want to sell to. So like I said, the option is to just purely sell on Amazon. But for me, like I'm a salesperson. Like I just love being out in the community and just want everyone in the world to have my product. So I launched on Amazon, but now I'm doing some really other exciting things. So my products are currently on fair.com. And what that is it's basically like an Amazon for boutique buyers. So it's one of my dreams to have my products in like every single like cute girly boutique in America as well. So that's a place where boutique buyers go to search for your products. As well as there's a site called rangemee.com. And that's where like all the Whole Foods buyers, the Publix buyers, the PetSmart buyers, all these buyers for big box stores, it's their version of Amazon where they also go to look for products. So I am constantly always thinking about where else I can get my products. And there's just so many opportunities to launch a brand, launch a product on Amazon, make sure that it's doing well. But then now, like I'm doing, putting my eggs into other baskets.
That is an awesome idea. Really, spreading your risk. Every business has some risk. Having multiple revenue streams. That is awesome. I had not heard of that other site. I've heard of Fair, but was it Range Me? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Range Me. Yeah, it's where like, so I Googled like how to get on HSN, how to get into Whole Foods. And so every single one of these big stores and conglomerates now, Walmart, everything, they all go to Range Me to find new products for their stores.
That is awesome.
So definitely check it out.
I was also going to ask you as well. So you mentioned people can reach out to you on Instagram. Have you made social media? I mean, I imagine the answer is yes, just kind of knowing you and in your brand. But have you made social media a part of your business now too?
Yes, absolutely. And that is truly the part that brings me the most joy. And I think too, like social media is a must for your brand and Amazon. I know, so one part of my social media story is I launched my entire business and all my products during the middle of COVID. So I was like planning this like huge launch party, like it was going to be so great, but that actually turned into me doing a live launch party on my Instagram, just my personal Instagram. And honestly, I had built up to it. Like I had let people know about my story, like that I'm starting these products and like they're on Amazon and support me. And through just social media, I think that first launch night, I got like over 300 orders on Amazon from my friends and family. So the power of social media is so awesome to build and start your business. But then also too, now I'm on like TikTok and Instagram and every single day my mission is to spread love. So I get to post these like really fun, inspirational quotes and stories, and I like get to go out and do amazing things. Like I bought someone a car and do like, there's just a million different things you can do with social media. And I think it's like a must for today's industry.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I imagine you've become a pretty good role model for other young women who might want to start their own businesses like you do. You really narrowed down who exactly your target audience is, and it's definitely worked for you. So what is next for Katy and everything else you want to do?
Yeah, so go back to the role model. Yeah, it's an absolute honor. Like, like when you probably feel the same way too, when people tell you that you inspire them, it's like, no way, like I'm just a girl from Florida. Like, but I absolutely love being a role model, and I'm here to help anyone who has a question about any of this process or how I did it, or just the million things that go into the day to day. But next for me is truly just changing the world. I love the Amazon platform because I can get my products out to thousands and thousands of people on a daily, monthly basis. And it's my goal, like even in the smallest way, to just brighten someone's day. So if my products come to them in an Amazon box and make them smile, or the coffee makes their morning better, or the tea like makes them feel healthier, that's truly so exciting to me. But the sky's the limit for me. And every single day, I love being an entrepreneur and dreaming and thinking big and deciding what's next, like what I'm going to do next. Like, am I going to launch my new product? Am I going to get on Kickstarter? Do I want to be on TV? So it's just very, very exciting.
So Katy, I know we're getting pretty close to the end here of the time we have, but a couple last things. One, if you had one tip for anyone who's listening to the podcast or watching us on one of our YouTube's channels, what would be one piece of advice you have for them if they're considering making a change like you did?
Yeah. Okay, well, I actually have a funny story to go along with this. And this is something that's really, I think, important. So when I first told my parents that I was going to start, I was like, going to start this Amazon business and sell stuff on the internet. Like, they're just so old school. Like, my dad doesn't even know how to turn on a computer or like send a text message, that they were just like, who's gonna buy stuff off the internet? Like, who's gonna, like, that just, you're never gonna be successful. Like, they're just very old school entrepreneurs where they just think that like all business has to be done in person. But I'm just like, no, Dad, like, I can do this. Like, I know I can do this. So my one piece of advice would be, if you have anyone in your life saying that like it's not going to work out, or if you just yourself are just doubting yourself, I'm telling you, if you put your heart and soul into this every single day, it is going to work out. It is going to be successful, and you are going to make it. And now my dad and I, we get to like laugh every single day about it, how he used to tell me like it was never going to work. And the first thing he asked me every day is, so how were your Amazon sales yesterday? So it's my one piece of advice, that you guys can do anything if you put your mind to it.
That is awesome, and it's so you from the short amount of time that I know you as well, that you've already inspired so many people. Hopefully this podcast show interview helps inspire more as well. You mentioned earlier that if anyone wants help, and that's just so you're willing to help them, how do they reach out to you and get a hold of you?
Yeah, so absolutely, shoot me a DM. I love new friends and would love to help you along your journey here. You can reach out to me personally on Instagram. It's Katy, Katy, Kopstad, Kopstad is my last name. Or just send me a message on my actual business website now, drinkkatys.com, or on my personal or on my business Instagram too. I'm always on there.
And also feel free to buy some coffee and tea from you from drinkkatys.com as well.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's like the last just exciting thing I want to share is I didn't have a website for an entire year when I had my Amazon business, but now it's like, oh my gosh, I finally have a website. And it's been exciting to start to try to scale that as well, because I have a lot more products and stuff on there.
Well, Katy, I am so excited for you, so proud of you, everything you've done. I truly can't wait to see what else this business, this world holds for you. Let's keep in touch. Definitely want to see where things go for you. And hopefully then when we are able to get together live again, maybe the next SellerCon, next live event, love to have you there, not just to meet you, but maybe have you speak in front of other people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love that. Thank you so much for having me. I'm truly honored.
Okay. All right. Thanks everyone for joining us on this episode of Branded by Amazing. Thank you, Katy. We'll be in touch, and we'll see you on the next episode of Branded by Amazing.